Iya, Mbak Ari, silakan.
Baik, Mbak Vivi, Afwan.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. I think Brother Mohamed want to start now.
Inshallah, we can start now, inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We begin the first session, the first lecture, or the first dars, the previous Saturday. And the subject is motivating our kids or your kid or the students in general. So motivating your kid. So it's not about 1 or 2 or 3 steps that we are going to do it, then our kids gonna be motivated. It's could be a long process with tawfiq, the help and the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We do our best, and by the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we receive the good results, inshallah. So please, sister, go ahead.
Oke, semuanya mari kita buka majelis ini dengan baca Al-Fatihah. Dan hari ini alhamdulillah yang semua sudah hadir, terima kasih. Insya Allah kita akan, Brother Muhammad akan menjabarkan mengenai memotivasi anak-anak.
So last time we mentioned we have teachers and we have mothers, and both of them, they have the same mission, the same duty, or the same responsibility to motivate the kids, the children, to study more, to learn more. Rather, what is the subject? Could be the Quran, could be the science, could be the math. Our goal is to motivate our kids. So to do this, we have few steps to follow up. We mentioned the niyyah. This is the first step, the intention. Why we are going to motivate our kids? Is it for the dunya, for the life, so they can have a good job, good position in the community, or it's for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to help the Muslims and to be better members in the community?
Oke, minggu kemarin Brother Muhammad sudah menjabarkan mengapa kita memotivasi anak-anak kita. Segala sesuatu tergantung dari niatnya.
So why? Because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Innamal a'malu binniyat." The results, the rewards, the ajr which we gonna receive from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it depends on our attention. Is it for something good? Is it for the Muslims, for Islam, for the Jannah, or it's only for the dunya? So what we hope, we get. What we hope, we get. If it's for the dunya, we're gonna get the dunya. If it's for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and obtain and get the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by his help, we're gonna get what we are hoping for.
Sesuai dengan hadis Nabi Muhammad SAW, segala sesuatu itu berasal dari niatnya. Kalau niat kita proyeksinya adalah ke dunia, maka itu pula yang akan kita dapatkan.
Then we have the problem solving. We have discussed this one in details, and our issue, our problem, how to motivate our kids. And we mentioned the reasons which prevent our kids from being motivated.
Okay, I'm not quite get that. Can you say it one more time, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Oke, jadi di sebelah sini Brother Muhammad menjelaskan bahwa dari nia kita bisa mencari, dari nia kita bisa mendapatkan solusi-solusi dari permasalahan kita.
Tambahin ya, Guys. Bentar. Iya, tadi yang tentang niat itu, apakah kita niatnya ingin mendapatkan result, hasil atau reward atau hadiah dari Allah? Apakah kita niatnya untuk Muslim, untuk Islam, untuk jannah yang mencapai surganya, atau kita akan niatnya hanya ke dunia aja gitu ya? Misalnya supaya anak-anak dapat kerjaan yang bagus, segala macam. Nah, kita akan mendapatkan apa yang kita niatkan nanti pada akhirnya. Kemudian tentang problem solving, Brother Muhammad, di sini masalahnya adalah isu yang mendasar adalah bagaimana cara kita memotivasi anak-anak. Dan juga mungkin kita mencari alasan-alasan kenapa anak-anak kita tidak termotivasi dalam belajar.
So I mean, it doesn't make sense for some sisters, but if they have joined the first session, they will understand, or they may watch the first video on YouTube. I think they will connect between the two videos and get the point, inshallah.
Yeah, actually we already make some resume, some pointers and send it to the group, brother.
Oh, alhamdulillah. Then we have the learning management puzzle. We have the rules. We have to recognize our goals or organization for learning, the effective relationship between us as parents, as teachers, and the students. The relationship between us and them is so much important for them to learn and to be motivated to obtain more education. Then we have to engage the students in the projects which we are going to design for their education process.
Di sini Brother menjelaskan tentang teka-teki manajemen. Yang pertama adalah penguasaan dari aturan-aturan dan cara-cara. Yang kedua adalah mengenali ketaatan. Yang selanjutnya adalah belajar cara berorganisasi. Lalu ada bagaimana relation kita dengan anak-anak, bagaimana membuat relation itu efektif, dan yang terakhir adalah bagaimana membuat relation tersebut menarik untuk mereka. Yang di tengah itu adalah konsistensi.
Then we talk about the emotions intelligence of our kids and the difference between the boys and the girls and how that has effects. Sometimes positive effect, sometimes negative effect on their education process. So we need really to be concerned about the emotions of our students, the emotions of our children, while we are trying to motivate them to study, to learn, push them to go to school. We need to be careful with their emotions.
Oke, yang di sini kita belajar mengenai kepandaian mengatur emosi. Di situ ada perbedaan emosi perempuan dan emosi laki-laki. Maka di sini Brother akan menjelaskan bagaimana cara mengenali perbedaan.
Then we mentioned about the teamwork. We talked about the teamwork and how it goes between the parents and the teachers and the students. We, the three of us, the teachers, the parents, and the students, we one team. We have one goal, and that's to obtain more education, to learn more, So we have the same goal. So the teachers, they have the main job to pass the information, the knowledge which they have to their students. The parents, they need to help the students to analyze, to obtain, to learn the knowledge which they have heard from the teachers at school.
Jadi sini brother menjelaskan mengenai kerja dalam tim, kerja dalam tim, di mana tim itu terdiri dari guru, orang tua, dan murid. Kita harus memiliki tujuan yang.
Then we talked about the teaching techniques. This is so much important. And we have two ways of teaching. The first one, the traditional way to teach our kids. And we mentioned the method of this way. And we have the modern way to teach our kids. So I may ask the sisters who have joined the last video or the last session, which is the best, the traditional way or the modern way? The sisters who have joined the last time.
Oh, is this a question?
Yeah. We have two ways. We have two methods.
Yeah,
the traditional way and the modern way to teach. Which one is the best?
The modern way, because the student will actively join the teaching. The process of learning.
Yes, mashallah. Any other answers?
Ibu Nasia sepertinya mau bicara nih. Ibu Nasia silahkan.
Sister Putri Aula, I think she joined last time.
No, she didn't join last time.
Oh, she didn't.
Diterjemahin dulu kali ya, Gaya. Gimana Gaya? Bisa nerjemahin yang tadi, yang tentang teaching method?
The traditional way or the modern way?
Ibu Nasia mungkin mau menjawab pertanyaannya adalah Ibu lebih suka yang modern way atau yang tradisional?
Yang tradisional.
Masih tetap seperti minggu lalu. Alasannya kenapa, Bu?
Kalau tradisional itu apa tuh lebih
lama ingatnya.
Iya, gitu.
So Brother Mohamed, Ibu Nasia is a teacher and she trying to told us that traditional way is more effective in her opinion because it's more adhere in the student.
So she prefers the traditional way?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we already have discussed with this one, and we have mentioned which is the best and why. So the best is to blend and mix the both of them, the traditional way and the modern way. Both of them has good benefits. If we mix both of them, we're gonna have the best result, inshallah.
Okay, let me translate this first because it's very important. Ternyata yang paling baik adalah ketika kedua cara itu digabungkan antara yang modern dan yang tradisional. Oh,
digabung.
Yeah, the traditional way, we pass the information to the students. They hear the teacher and they try to observe what he's saying. The modern way, is the same, but it has more fun, more entertainment. Not just the student sit on the desk, he's just listening to the teacher, observing, write notes, and that's it. He gets bored so fast, so quickly. And I mean, maybe some of us may remember, like when we were primary school or during high school, just we get sleepy. Why? Because we just observing. We don't move our body. There's no physical activities. So it doesn't help the students. So they feel sleepy because it's the same rhythm, it's the same routine.
Oke, jadi ketika pengajaran ini digabungkan, tetap memakai cara-cara tradisional beberapa, namun dengan penambahan kegiatan-kegiatan yang menyenangkan seperti yang biasa dilakukan di modern education.
Yeah, this one is really the most important. The teaching techniques is so much important because, as we mentioned the last time, that our kids, they have different talents. So some of our kids, they are really good in reading. They love to read, and for them it's so much fun, and they observe quickly what they see. For example, Imam Al-Shafi'i, he used to just read and memorize at the same time. He had so strong, mashallah, ability of observing while he's reading. We have different scholars, different ulama. They could observe by listening. And we have mentioned this the last time, that our deen, alhamdulillah, has different ways to teach us. So some of us may learn by listening to the imam, khatib, and observe the knowledge, the information during the khutbah. Some of them could observe the Quran while the salah, while he's praying. The salah is a physical activity. The salah is physical activity, but the khutbah of the Jum'ah, the speech of the Jum'ah, we just sit down and listen carefully to the khatib. So let's compare between those two. The first one, I mean, the salah activity, it's physical one, physical. But the other activity, which the khutbah, the speech of the Jum'ah prayer, we just observing, just listening. So Islam has showing us that learning, or the ways of learning, are totally different. Some people, they may listen and learn. Some people, they may listen while they are moving their bodies and learning. And the third method is just reading. The third one, observing the knowledge by the visual one. Yes, please.
Okay, so ada berbagai salah satunya di sini adalah kecerdasan dengan cara melihat atau membaca, seperti yang ditunjukkan oleh Imam Syafi'i. Beliau adalah memiliki kecerdasan membaca. Dengan hanya membaca, beliau dapat mengingat. Maka ada juga anak-anak kita yang seperti itu. Kecerdasan lainnya itu kecerdasan dengan mendengar. Seperti di sini dicontohkan ketika ada yang khutbah dan kita duduk mendengarkan, ada orang-orang atau anak-anak yang memang bisa menangkap lebih banyak ketika mereka duduk mendengarkan. Ada juga kecerdasan-kecerdasan lain, yaitu dengan membaca tadi ya, dengan cara mendengarkan, dan yang tengah itu dengan melihat dan mengcopy gerakan-gerakan.
So, for example, this one, this one match the traditional way of learning. This one match the traditional way of learning, which means we just listen to our teacher. Sorry, I may turn off the video for a while, but I'm keep looking. Oh yeah, so the traditional one, it matches some brothers or some sisters who lose the sign. I mean the sight. Sorry, some of our brother and sister, they cannot see, so they memorize the Quran just by listening. They listen to the Quran and they repeat and they memorize the Quran in perfect way. So this is the second example of learning by listening. So the first one by a visual, the second one by listening.
Jadi di sini ada cara yang biasanya disukai oleh orang-orang yang menyenangi cara tradisional, yaitu dengan ritmik. Ini cara yang biasanya orang-orang dengan cara duduk, mendengarkan, itu mereka akan lebih menyerap ilmu pengetahuan.
So why I'm saying that? Why I'm saying that? Because everyone has different way to learn. For example, I may be good in learning by listening. Maybe my kid, he is good in the visual learning, so I cannot push him to listen and observe the knowledge because maybe he's different. I have my way to learn and he has his way to learn.
Jadi ketika kita sudah mengetahui kecerdasan yang mana anak-anak kita punya, itu akan lebih memudahkan mereka untuk mendengarkan dan menangkap ilmu pengetahuan.
Then we have some of our students, they are really good in the logical issues. They are really good in math. So we need to discover our kids' ability and improve it. It's not what we want, it's what they want.
Ada juga anak-anak yang bisa lebih paham dengan cara logical atau mathematical, dan ini adalah cara mereka untuk menyerap ilmu pengetahuan.
So, for example, we had summer school here in Japan for our kids. Then one of the ideas that we take the kids to visit different professions. For example, they visit the clinic, they visit the hospital, or they visit the restaurants, they visit the companies, they visit the police station, so they can get background, they get experience about different professions, and they decide from early age what's suitable for them, what do they like, and based on that they do their best, they learn and they educate themselves to reach their goals, which they build from early age.
Sebagai contoh, anak-anak yang memiliki kecerdasan logical bisa diajak ke rumah sakit, ke stasiun bus, untuk melihat pekerjaan-pekerjaan orang dewasa secara langsung. Di situ mereka akan dengan mudah menangkap apa yang mereka mau, apakah mereka mau menjadi seorang dokter atau seorang perawat, dan itu cara mereka menyerap ilmu pengetahuan.
So regarding this one, is there any questions?
Ibu-ibu ada yang mau ditanyakan? Ibu-ibu, bapak-bapak ada yang mau ditanyakan sampai sini? Ibu Alin, Ibu Nasia, ada yang mau ditanyakan? Silahkan.
If no, then let me ask. If nobody to ask, let me ask.
I actually have question if you not mind. Brother Muhammad, I have a question if you not mind.
Yeah, please go ahead, please.
Okay. How about intrapersonal? Can you give example if a kid her style is intrapersonal? What should I do with her?
If the, sorry, one more time, what about the I mean, you said if the student, one more time.
The student intelligence is intrapersonal. So I don't quite understand what should I do with her to help her to learning.
If the student her intelligence,
Intra
he did
intrapersonal.
interpersonal. Ah, I see, I see. You mean
Yes,
this
that
one?
one. Yes.
You mean this one? So in fact, this type of kids, this type of kids, they are much affected by emotions. Sorry. Are you listening to me?
Yes, yes.
This one
Yes.
is much affected by emotions.
Emotion. Okay.
Yeah. So the way we teach the emotional people, we usually give a lot of examples. The emotion peoples, we give them a lot of examples. The opposite,
Yes.
the one who likes the social, the one who likes the sociality, he likes to talk to people, so he get the knowledge by the experience. Why both of them are totally different. The first one, he doesn't like to talk a lot. So he usually keep listening. He just keep listening. And by giving the examples, it's one of the ways to pass the information to him or to her. And this is one of the ways which the Quran are using, giving examples to get the people to understand the point. The opposite, the people who likes the sociality, the people who like to talk to people, deal with people, have connections, relationship with people, they learn by experience. And as I mentioned the last time, the modern way, they link or they create relationship between the subject and the life. And for example, if the subject is science or it's Islamic studies, for example, and we are speaking about that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the sun and the moon. So during the class, we take the kids outside of the school and we show them the sun. Allah created the sun, how the sun looks like, what the benefit of the sun, how the sun helps the human being. So we built a relationship, a link between the subject as something to hear, something to read, and the life. Yes.
In regard of jobs, what is the most suitable for them, for intrapersonal people?
For
intrapersonal people, in regard of job when they are growing up, what is the most suitable for them?
I think office work, I think.
I see. Okay,
Because because people in the office work, usually they're concentrating on what they are doing, especially if they're working for the government or working for I mean, private companies, data entry, and that kind of work, because they don't talk much. They don't talk much. So this one is suitable for people who doesn't like to talk much. They learn by only listening. They learn only by reading. They catch the knowledge. I mean, while they are silent, and but at the same time they are learning. And sometimes it's out of the school, and they say accident, they say situation, they say conditions happen in front of them, and they learn. Yes, the opposite, the one who like to have relationship with people, they involve himself or she involves herself to learn. She usually asking questions. Why that happened? When? How? What about this? They usually asking questions. Always asking questions. Yeah.
Okay, let me just translate this first. There's so many good information here.
Please go ahead.
Jadi bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu, untuk yang memiliki anak dengan kecerdasan intrapersonal, maka cara mengajarnya adalah dengan pendekatan secara emosional. Karena anak-anak ini biasanya lebih senang belajar secara one-on-one, lebih senang dengan mendengarkan, mereka nggak banyak berbicara. Lalu pekerjaan yang cocok untuk mereka di masa depan itu pekerjaan-pekerjaan yang sifatnya di kantor, mungkin bisa bekerja di private company, hal-hal ini yang akan mereka sukai.
So let me ask Sister Ari, if you are a teacher or if you are a mother, I mean, your kids or your students, have you figured out which type they are? They like to learn by verbal, visual, or they are logical people, or they like the natures, or they like physical activity. Which one do you think they are?
Ibu Ari Aji Astuti bisa open mic. Ibu Ari.
Have she discovered yet?
Ibu Ari, Brother Mohamed menanyakan, anak-anak ibu atau mungkin punya murid-murid di sekolah, kecerdasan yang mana nih yang mereka miliki? Ibu Ari ada di sini nggak ya?
Tadi dia lagi di jalan, mungkin agak sering.
Okay, let's ask Sister Inda. She's on. Sister Inda.
Ibu Indah mungkin bisa menjawab.
Or Sister Leah.
Ibu Lia, silahkan. Bu Nasiah nih kayaknya yang udah siap sama Ibu Alin ya.
May I answer? My first skills maybe visual, because we can learn how to play yo-yo from seeing it from YouTube. Okay. And for the second one, maybe also visual.
Jadi Ibu anak-anaknya lebih banyak yang visual ya?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ibu Alin here, she told you that her kid is visual learner.
Sorry, they are what?
They are visual learning. Visual, the one they see, visual. The one they read.
They are visual?
Yes.
They learn from YouTube. sometimes.
Mashallah. Okay. Oh, so this about the teaching techniques. This is much important to know about the teaching technique. Then we have the communications skills. Whether we are the fathers, I mean the parents or the teachers, we really be concerned about the communication skills between us and the students or our kids. The communication skills, please go ahead, sister.
Oke, di sini kita akan mulai materinya nih yang sangat amat menarik. Ini adalah tentang cara untuk berbicara, communication skill.
So we have the verbal communication, includes writing and speaking. Writing and speaking, communication skills. The second one, non-verbal communication.
Oke. Kemampuan berkomunikasi dibagi menjadi dua, yaitu komunikasi dengan lisan dan komunikasi dengan tanpa berbicara.
Can you please mute? There is, I think, Sister Inda, her mic is open. Or Sister Nasha makes a little bit noise.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Already mute.
Okay, already.
So communication skills, it's mentioned in our deen. Communication skills including the manners when we deal with other people. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Innama bu'ithu li'utammim makarim al-akhlaq." The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that he came to complete the morals, the manners, which means there are already manners, and he came to give us the most perfect examples and complete it. So our deen requires us to be in manner, have manner orals when we deal with others. So if we're going to have manners, the most people who deserve our manners, our politeness, they are our kids.
Oke, jadi ini menarik sekali dari hadis Nabi Muhammad SAW itu dijelaskan bahwa akhlak orang tua terhadap anaknya pun ternyata perlu diperhatikan. Bagaimana cara kita berkomunikasi dengan anak, ternyata ini diatur dalam ajaran Islam.
So once I was visiting Indonesia, and there were therapy sessions, and I joined. Then the teacher, he asked everyone to write a letter and send it to the people who loves. Actually, this one sometimes has a really amazing effect. If you write down some sweet words to your kids, she or he, it's going really to have a much amazing effect on them.
Jadi Brother Mohamed pernah datang ke Indonesia dan ikut melihat terapi session di Indonesia. Salah satu caranya adalah orang tua diminta untuk menulis surat untuk anak. Ternyata efeknya sangat besar sekali.
So if our kids, they got bad score, bad marks during the exam, we cannot blame them. It's one of the problems. We hold them back. They are really in a bad situation. So if we crisis them, if we say bad words, we are taking them more back. But actually, we are in the situation to push them forward, and by the verbal communication, by writing a good, sweet letter to our kids to motivate them and push them forward. So this is the method of the writing a letter. They already have bad situation. They are already suffering. I mean, among their classmates, the neighbors, the family, because of the results of the exam. So they need someone to push them forward. They need someone to motivate them. So if you do want to have a conversation because maybe he or she not ready to listen to you, then writing a letter to them with flower, with something they like, this is so much going to motivate them, inshallah.
Oke, jadi sebagai contoh, bila anak-anak memiliki nilai yang kurang baik di sekolah, mereka sebenarnya sudah stres dengan keadaan itu, lalu ketika pulang dimarahi pula oleh orang tuanya. Kita sebagai orang tua memiliki dua option, memiliki dua pilihan, berbicara dengan baik kepada mereka, atau kita mungkin belum siap untuk berbicara, kita bisa menuliskan surat yang baik untuk anak-anak kita untuk memotivasi agar mereka mencapai hal yang lebih baik nantinya.
So the second one is speaking to our kids. Speaking to our kids. How we should speak to our kids. Someone help me. Someone help me with answer. How we speak to our kids.
Oke, cara yang kedua adalah dengan berbicara kepada anak-anak. Silahkan yang mau open mic, pertanyaannya adalah bagaimana cara Anda berbicara terhadap anak-anak? Siapa yang mau jawab, silahkan.
Let me choose.
Ibu Alin, Ibu Nasia, Ibu Lia, silahkan mau menjawab. Ibu Putri juga kayaknya ada nih.
Sister Fatima.
Ibu Fatimah, silahkan.
Cara berbicara dengan anak.
Iya.
Kalau dalam keadaan tenang, saya mencoba meminta anak untuk menatap mata saya, jadi biar dia fokus ke saya dengan saya suara pelan dan saya juga fokus ke dia. Tapi mungkin karena saya baru maksudnya baru ada adik kecil yang baru gini, jadi komunikasi saya sekarang ini beda dengan komunikasi saya yang dulu. Jadi saya suka teriak-teriak, padahal dulu saya nggak suka teriak-teriak. Jadi sekarang dari jauh, dari saya sambil ngurusnya adik gitu, jadi ngasih tahu ke anak itu sambil nah ya gitu. Jadi memantau tapi dari ngasih tahu ya tuh dari jarak jauh. Nah, sementara itu tuh saya rasakan memang nggak efektif. Jadinya anaknya itu kurang memperhatikan saya. Tapi saya lihat perbedaan ketika saya ajak bicara dia langsung dengan dia natap saya pegang tangannya gitu, dia natap, itu lebih efektif dibandingin saya ngajak bicara tapi sambil ini adiknya, yang penting saya omongin terus sampai dia muter-muter, saya omongin terus gitu. Tapi saya capek sendiri jadinya kalau dengan hati saya ngomong, dengan saya pegang dia natap saya itu dengan satu kalimat atau nggak perlu saya ulangi gitu, dia
sudah mendengarkan.
Nah gitu.
So Ibu Fatima over here, she really have interesting experience. She told us that at the first, she always tried to look at the eyes. She tried to keep the eye contact with her kid, but it's only effective to the first kid. once you have the second kid, it's not working anymore because, you know, the struggle is the mother. So it's difficult to keep an eye contact. So once she has another thing to do, she cannot do an effective communication.
Yeah, mashallah. That's helped much. Mashallah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا. وَقُولُوا لِلنَّاسِ حُسْنًا, which means say good to people. We need to say good to people, especially our kids. Especially if we want to motivate them, then we need to choose the words that we say to our kids, that we are going to say to our kids, and the way we tell them. For example, you can see me, right? You see?
Yes.
Okay. So for example, we have two ways. Go study. Go do your work. This is the first way. The second way, oh son, when are you going to study? Someone can tell me what's the difference?
Oh, okay. This is very interesting. Let me just translate it first. Di sini Brother Muhammad menyatakan bahwa dalam Quran surat Al-Baqarah terdapat cara-cara, adab-adab orang tua terhadap anaknya. Ternyata kita tidak boleh mengucapkan kata-kata yang kurang baik terhadap anak. Kita juga tidak boleh berteriak-teriak terhadap anak. Di sini tadi Brother Muhammad menanyakan, ketika kita menyuruh anak untuk belajar, kalau menyuruhnya seperti ini, ibu-ibu bisa melihat saya nggak ya? Kalau menyuruhnya dengan perintah, ayo kamu belajar sekarang. Dengan yang kedua adalah, kapan kamu mau belajar, nak? Dan di mana belajarnya? Kira-kira dari kedua cara tersebut, mana yang akan lebih efektif? Silakan. Cara yang kedua, oke. Ibu Fatimah said the second one will be more effective.
Why?
Kenapa Ibu Fatimah?
Mungkin dia merasa dihargai dengan ditanya, dengan merasa dia itu dengan ditanya itu dia bisa ngungkapin dia bisa menentukan dan dia bisa merasa dihargai, jadi bukan kayak diperintah, hanya disuruh gitu-gitu mungkin.
Okay. So Ibu Fatimah said that the second one is more encouraging. It's not an order, so the kids will feel encouraged to choose what she actually wants, to deal with what her thing at that time.
Perfect, mashallah. Yeah, this is really correct. The second one gives the kids freedom. We create a leader, actually. We create a leader. We create someone has confidence in himself or in herself. Why? Because you're giving her the full freedom. In a way, you want her to study, you want him to study, but you giving him the freedom, the will to choose when to study. In a way, he's going to achieve your goal. Your goal, you want your kid to study, but giving him the chance to choose when to study is really effective. Why? Because he or she feels that they have freedom. And if someone has freedom, it means he has will. If someone he has will, then he decide what he wants. If someone he can decide what he wants, it means he is a leader. And that's what we're going to talk about.
Oke, Ibu Fatimah, ternyata cara yang kedua itu adalah cara yang tepat karena Ibu memberikan keleluasaan terhadap arti ini. Ibu tidak hanya memberikan masa depan yang baik, tapi juga mempersiapkan mereka untuk menjadi seorang pemimpin nantinya. Wah, Masya Allah.
So now we give him the chance to be free, to be decision maker, to be a leader, just by question, by asking him, when do you want to study? We give him, or we give her, I mean our children, we give him three positions or three rights. We give him the freedom, we give them the will, we give them the right to make decisions, and number four, we create a leader. We're going to receive a response. We're going to receive a response from our kid. What we should do when our kids start speaking, start replying, answering to our request, son, when are you going to study, inshallah? So they are going to give us a response. What the five rules for effective listening? Let's go back and listen from one of our sisters. When our children start speaking, what we supposed to do?
Oke, ibu-ibu boleh open mic. Pertanyaannya adalah ketika anak-anak berbicara, apa yang kita lakukan?
Please, sister, share your experience with us.
Ibu Fatima, Ibu Lia, Ibu Alin, silahkan kalau ada yang mau menjawab. Apa nih yang biasanya ibu-ibu lakukan bila anak kita berbicara? Treatmentnya seperti apa?
Mendengarkan.
Oh, okay. Ibu Alin said most likely she will be listening.
Oh, good. We're going to listen, but how? How are we going to listen? Are we going to listen the whole talk, or we gonna listen for 3 minutes, or we going to listen for 3 words? How are we going to listen? The way, the method, the condition, the situation of us listening to our kids.
Oke, Ibu Alin bisa dijelaskan mendengarkannya seperti apa nih? Kalau misalnya anak-anaknya bicaranya banyak sekali, biasanya Ibu Alin gimana reaksinya?
Mendengarkan dari awal sampai akhir kali. Apa mendengarkan dengan sabar, mendengarkan anaknya berbicara.
Oke, Ibu Fatima mau share juga? Tidak?
Oh, ini saya lagi ngomong sama anak jadi kedengeran.
Oh,
Bukan saya. Dikira anak saya, ini tentang aku nih, mesti dia udah bilang gitu. Ini mesti ngomongin tentang aku ya, kalau aku lagi marah-marah. Enggak, aku bilang bukan. Jadi
jangan
saya
leader gitu bilang sama anak-anak yang insya
dia.
Oke.
Kalau saya dengerin sesuatu tentang parenting, jadi dia ngerasa ini mesti lagi nyindir aku.
Oke.
Muka pada nyindir emaknya.
Okay. So Brother Mohamed, Ibu Alin share with us that Masya Allah, even though her kids talk a lot, but she will listen. She will just listen from the first word until the last whatever they spoke to her.
Masya Allah.
Masya Allah.
This is good. Yes, this is good. So we have around 5 rules for effective listening. The 5 rules for effective listening. The first one, don't interrupt. Let your kid talk. Give him the freedom. Why? If we interrupt our kid, he's going to lose his point. He want to give you a message. So please don't interrupt your kid. He's going to lose his point. He's gonna lose the message which he wants to tell you. The second thing, he is going to feel that he will lose the freedom which you have given him. You give him freedom to choose when to study. Then when he begin to speak, he will feel, then when he begin to speak, then you interrupt him or you interrupt her, then she feels that she or him losing the power, the freedom, the will, which she just got it from you, then she will fight for it. If you got it, this one is so much important. This point is so much important. You give someone freedom, you give someone will, the right to choose. Then when it is the time for him to do that, you interrupt, you stop him from talking, from practicing the right which you have given him. Then he will turn to bad copy, to maybe scream, maybe fight, maybe yell. Why? Because he feels he's losing something precious to him.
Oke, Masya Allah, untuk menghasilkan komunikasi yang efektif untuk anak-anak, cara yang pertama adalah jangan menyela. Ketika anak-anak berbicara, biarkan mereka berbicara dari awal sampai akhir. Jangan disela di tengah-tengah. Tujuannya adalah agar mereka tidak merasa kebebasan yang tadi sudah kita berikan dengan pertanyaan kita yang baik itu, agar kebebasan itu mereka tidak merasa diambil lagi. Kalau disela, biasanya anak-anak akan merasa kebebasan itu diambil dan reaksinya malah jadi marah-marah, malah jadi menangis, malah teriak-teriak seperti itu.
The second rule, don't jump to conclusions. That means ending the conversation, the discuss so early. It is only what you want. I mean, the parents, the teachers, they only have one way, and this is actually the Japanese way. They only have one method. They only have one way to teach the kids. All the kids to do the same thing at the same time, in the same condition. This is actually a dislike way to deal with the kids. Even this is a developed country with technology and so, but they are still using this way at the primary school, the kindergarten, the same way, the same method to teach, the same program. There is no difference between this student or that student. All has the same way to learn. So back to the number 2, don't jump to conclusion. Don't end the discuss with your son, with your daughter too early, because he needs to express his feelings. And we have mentioned before that the girls and the boys, they have different levels of express their feelings. So especially when our boy speaks, this is the best chance to let him speak out, let him tell you his secrets, let him feel comfortable, feel that you are a friend to him, not a parent which controlling the house, controlling his life, controlling everything. Yes.
Ya, Masya Allah. Yang kedua adalah jangan terlalu cepat mengambil kesimpulan. Ketika mereka berbicara, biarkan mereka meluapkan emosinya, membicarakan isi dari kepalanya, karena anak-anak itu seperti yang sudah kita pelajari sebelumnya, kecerdasan mereka itu juga bergantung pada kondisi emosi mereka. Jadi penting sekali anak-anak itu melihat kita sebagai teman curhat, bukan sebagai orang yang mengontrol kehidupan mereka.
Number 3, don't judge the messenger. Who is the messenger here and who is the sender? We have two, the sender and messenger. Someone help me and tell me who is the sender and the messenger. The receiver, we have 3, sender, messenger, and receiver. Parents and teachers are the receivers. Then we have 2 sorry, so we have 2, the sender and the messenger. Someone help me and tell me who's the sender and who is the messengers.
Oke, Ibu-ibu, ada pertanyaan nih dari Brother Muhammad. Dalam effective listening atau dalam komunikasi yang efektif, siapa yang membawa pesannya? Apakah itu anak-anak kita atau kita? Ibu Alin, Ibu Desi, Ibu Fatima, atau mungkin Ibu Putri? In my own opinion, Brother Muhammad, the sender
Yes.
will be our kids, but I may be wrong. I'm not sure.
So, so who is the messenger?
Yang memberi pesan.
Yes, yang memberi pesannya siapa?
Pesan dalam arti pembelajar, maksudnya kayak aturan atau gimana atau
Jadi ketika ibu sedang berbicara sama anak, misalnya meminta mereka untuk belajar gitu, lalu anak kan menjawab, jadi kan terjadi komunikasi. Pembawa pesannya ini sebenarnya siapa sih? Ibunya atau anak-anaknya?
Kalau untuk memberikan pemahaman berarti orang tuanya yang memberikan
orang tuanya. Okay. Ibu Fatima opinion over here is the parent.
Parents.
Yes.
The parents are the
receiver, ya. The receiver.
The receiver.
Yeah, the parents is the parent is the receiver.
From my understanding, okay.
Yes, we mentioned that the receiver are the parents and the teachers. Now we need to know who is the messenger and who is the sender.
Brother, I think I just want to know what is the difference between the sender and the messenger, because I think it's both are the same. Yeah, the children, the sender of the message is children as well as the messenger. Yeah.
Okay, messenger is same. Sorry. The difference between the sender and the messenger, sender gives the order. Sender gives the order. Messenger receiving the message to the receiver.
Sender give the order and the messenger receive the orders.
Yeah. Messenger give the. I mean, he express. He express.
Okay.
Express the sender. He is the one who speaking for the sender.
Yeah, I think both are children. Yeah, the messenger and the sender are children. Yeah. The children express their emotion as messenger, but the emotion itself or the way they are thinking, what their emotion are the sender. The heart of the children.
Okay, let's make it clear. So we have three. We have the sender, we have the messenger, and we have the receiver. The sender, the one who sends the heart. What does the heart sense? The heart sends the emotions. The emotions, and who is carrying and who will express those feelings. The feelings could be upset, anger, hungry, mad, sad, happy, whatever that is the feelings. We back to the the emotion intelligence, and we said that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, inna fil jasad lamudgha, there is a piece of meat in the body, and it is the heart. The emotions, the house for the emotions is the heart. So the sender is the heart, sending what? Sending the emotions. So who is the messenger now? The messenger now is the kid. He used his mouth, he used his tongue, he used his body to express the feelings, the message which the heart feeling, which the heart sending. So we cannot judge the kid himself. The kid himself, he's just telling us what he or what the heart feeling. So never judge the kid. Don't judge what the kid's saying, because it is not himself, it's the heart. That's what the heart feels. That's the feelings which he has in his heart.
Oke, jadi ternyata jawabannya adalah the sender-nya adalah hati dari anak-anak itu, dan messenger-nya adalah anak-anak tersebut yang sedang berusaha untuk meluapkan perasaan hatinya melalui kata-kata.
So you finished, sister?
Yes.
Okay, so we one more time, we have three. We have the sender, we have the messenger, and we have the receiver. Then the sender is the heart. He sent a message that the heart is sad. The boy or the girl, our kids, our students, they gonna show sadness, they gonna show anger. So we cannot judge the kid himself. But what we should do, we have talked about the problem solving. Someone help me, please. What we should do?
Oke, di sini Brother Mohamed menanyakan, sebagai contoh, bila emosi yang ingin ditampilkan adalah sedih, kira-kira bagaimana cara kita bereaksi terhadap anak-anak yang meluapkan emosinya dengan kesedihannya dan curhat dengan kita. Biasanya kita ngapain sih kalau anak-anak itu curhat?
Didengarkan ya mungkin ya. Didengarkan dulu kesedihannya, kita kasih sentuhan, pelukan. Jadi kita nggak ngomong untuk menceramahi atau nasehatin.
Ya, setuju.
Tapi kalau keadaan kondisi itu maksudnya bukan berkaitan dengan kita langsung ya. Tapi kalau biasanya umumnya, kalau lagi bermasalah dengan kita, atau umumnya ini kalau saya lihat gitu anak-anak sama orang tuanya anak. Nah kalau ketika dia mengekspresikan emosinya atau dia ketidaksukaannya karena dimarahi, biasanya kalau saya lihat ada yang dimarahin balik sama orang tuanya. Jadi semakin dia marah, dimarahin balik. Nah sebenarnya itu kan nggak efektif. Maksudnya bukan anaknya nanti tambah baik atau tambah jadi tenang, enggak. Tapi malah memperburuk sebenarnya gitu. Tapi karena mungkin kan suasana hati keduanya tuh belum baik gitu. Mungkin
sama-sama butuh curhat.
sama-sama butuh dirilis emosinya kan. Harus ada orang ketiga atau orang lain yang di situ. Baiknya sih menghindarkan sama-sama saling yang itu. Cuma kalau misalnya anak itu lagi curhat karena enggak dengan yang bermasalah itu, ya itu paling kita deketi, kita tanya apa yang membuatnya sedih. Tapi kita nggak menceramai, misalnya dia posisi dia salah atau apa, paling nggak dia cerita dulu gitu. Nanti kalau dia udah tenang, atau paling kita bisa mengarahkan. Kita melihat, kita kasih gambaran, oh kalau kayak gini, kalau ceritanya gini, kira-kira yang benar yang mana? Terus apa yang harus dilakukan kalau kita yang jadi kita yang salah? Oh kita berarti kita yang salah, berarti kita yang minta maaf gitu. Misalnya, tapi harus dalam keadaan udah nggak sesenggukan atau nangis gitu mungkin.
Jadi kadang-kadang Ibu Fatimah yang malah minta maaf sama anak ya Bu ya? Oke, Masya Allah.
Kadang saya tuh ngerti gitu kayak gitu, tapi kadang saya kelepasan karena udah capek, udah apa gitu. Jadi, oh ini saya salah, saya minta maaf. Tapi ketika saya nggak salah gitu, jangan terlalu minta maaf terus sama anak. Jadi seolah-olah nanti anaknya malah, oh ya berarti yang salah ini gitu. Jadi ada waktunya kita minta maaf ketika kita salah, tapi ada waktunya juga kita itu tegas gitu. Emang itu konsekuensi kamu memang. Gitu.
Oke, Ibu Desi mau menambahkan mungkin? Enggak? Oke. Brother Muhammad is
Mau nanya sih,
oh
mau
okay.
nanya kalau misalnya ini apa tuh ketika anak mau curhat sementara kita lagi sibuk, kita cut dulu, maksudnya pada saat kita udah selesai dengan kesibukan kita baru kita apa ngobrol bareng gitu. Itu boleh nggak sih ya?
Okay, Brother Muhammad, there is
Yes.
two experience from Ibu Fatima and Ibu Desi. Both of them agree that when their kids come to them and they trying to show their emotion, both of this lovely mother will hug them, will listen to them in the perfect condition. They mention many times that if as a mother, they're also a human. So if they have also a good mood, that's what they will do. That's an ideal situation. But
Yes.
sometimes, as a human, that's not always happen. Sometimes they are busy, or sometimes they are also need to to tell people about their emotion condition. So they also ask you, what if that happened? For example, the mother also need to feel sad, for example, or I'm busy with my work. What should I do? But my kids come to me and want to tell me something.
Yes. So this is really good question.
Okay.
This is really good question. So actually we begin with saying that the one who is in the bad situation is the kid. The one who is in the bad situation is the kid, and when they are in bad conditions, bad situation, they don't speak. We are the one who begins. You got it?
Oh, so the one who have bad condition is the kids because
we mentioned in the beginning. Let's give examples. Examples. They had a fight in the school.
Okay.
Maybe. So maybe they have a bad, or their score or marks is bad in the exams. They had a bad relationship with the teachers. You get it? So we begin to speak to them. We're going to communicate with our kids to know, oh, there is something wrong with my kid. How to communicate with my kid? There are two main ways. The first one, verbal communication. The second one, non-verbal communication. The first one has two methods. The first one, writing. If my kid is not able, he is not ready to listen to me, so I write him a letter to calm him down, so he may feel good and open a door for me to speak. Then when I speak to him, if it is the time I speak to him, we said we have, we have already mentioned the rules of speaking and how we speak to our kids. I mean, the example I gave, go study. Son, when are you going to study? Son, what happened to you? Why you are sad? Why you are angry? Why you don't want to speak? Son, what happened? I see you are sad. May you tell me what happened to you today at the school? So this is the speaking, opening the door, having communication with my kid. So if we give him the chance to speak, then it means we are ready to listen to them. If we give them the chance to speak, it means we are ready to listen to them. Actually, our kids, they don't come and knock the door and speak up. Most of the time, our kids, they don't speak. Most of the time, except maybe the girls, because we said their emotions are high, and they express their emotions more than the boys. So the receiver, the parents, the teachers, they supposed to be ready to listen to their kids. Why? Because they open the door for them to listen to them. You're gonna translate to this, and let's say, okay, we open the door for them, then we become busy. What we should do?
Let me translate it first, then I will ask them question. Oke, jadi ibu-ibu, terutama Ibu Desi dan Ibu Fatimah, menurut brother, ketika anak-anak datang ke kita, itu adalah saat anak-anak ingin meluapkan emosinya. Jadi seperti tadi sudah dijelaskan di surat Al-Baqarah, mereka punya hak, kita tidak boleh berbicara yang jelek terhadap mereka. Kalau kita sedang sibuk atau mungkin kita pun sedang down, sedang sedih juga, mungkin bisa dipakai cara yang kedua, yaitu dengan menulis. Dengan kita menulis dan atau mungkin anaknya diminta menulis dan kita menjawab dengan tulisan juga, itu bisa menjadi komunikasi yang efektif. Di sini brother juga tadi menanyakan kalau kondisinya mereka datang lalu kitanya sedang melakukan sesuatu, penolakan seperti apa yang biasanya ibu-ibu katakan terhadap mereka. Mungkin ada yang mau berpartisipasi. Ibu Desi mungkin kalau lagi sibuk, anaknya datang, biasanya bilangnya apa? Gitu.
Sebetulnya sih nanti mama dengerin ya gitu nih, mama lagi tanggung, misalnya lagi nulis atau lagi apa, terus saya samperin, biasanya kalau habis sholat saya samperin ke kamarnya, terus ngomong. Tapi ini, ya bertanya lagi, ini berlaku untuk anak-anak aja atau untuk remaja juga bisa ya?
Okay, good question. Okay, Brother Mohamed, Ibu Desi said that if her kids come to her when she is in the middle of something, then she will respond by saying, I'm sorry, just give me a moment. I will come back to you. So usually after she's done with something, then she will come to her kids. And
this is, yes.
She also asking if this effective for kids only or also for teenagers.
Okay, this way is really good. For young kids. This one is really good for young kids. But let's go to the number 2. Speaking is the same circle. We are in the same circle. Teenagers, they really want to feel the power. They want to feel they are in control. So what we should do, right now I'm busy. So let's do the same thing. Oh, son, I'm little busy now, and I am free at that time and this time. Which one do you like to speak in? We are giving the power to them. We are giving the will to them. We are creating the decision makers by giving them choices, and they pick up the one which is suitable for them. Right now I'm working at the company. Right now I'm at the school. Right now I'm cooking. Right now I'm washing the dishes, the clothes. Then I am not able to listen to my kid. I'm not able. Some people, they are not able. Some people, they can do 2 things at the same time, listening and working. But some of us, they cannot do this. They need to concentrate on one thing. Then we give them choices. Teenagers, they want to feel the freedom, the will, the power, the control. Then we give them freedom, what we have mentioned, and they decide, okay, I'm going to free after 1 hour, or when I come back. When do you wanna? What time do you like to speak? After 1 hour, on when I come back.
Okay, jadi solusi dari Brother Muhammad di sini adalah sebenarnya untuk anak-anak kecil dan teenager, basically sama. Mereka menginginkan kebebasan dan menginginkan untuk memiliki power. Namun untuk teenager mungkin mereka lebih terlihat gitu. Mereka lebih ingin power itu lebih besar dibanding anak-anak. Solusinya adalah kita menanyakan kepada mereka. Misalnya, Mama sedang sibuk ya saat ini. Kamu mau ngobrol nanti setelah Mama selesai, atau nanti aja Mama yang datang ke kamu misalnya. Jadi mereka merasa bahwa sebenarnya menentukan tuh mereka gitu, bukan kita. Gitu. Mungkin paham Bu Desi atau ada pertanyaan lagi?
Paham. Makasih banyak.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, she said thank you.
Most welcome. So what if it is emergency? What if it's emergency and my kid, he must talk to me now? Someone beat him at the school. He, Allah forbid, he had accident. I mean, something dangerous. Of course, at this time, we need to respond immediately. Of course, we must respond to our kids immediately. Otherwise, our kids, they're gonna lose the trust in us.
Oke. Kecuali ini ada tambahannya, kecuali ketika anak-anak itu dalam posisi yang memang benar-benar penting untuk ngobrol dengan kita. Misalnya di sekolah mereka bertengkar dengan temannya, atau mereka dipukul oleh orang lain, maka ini adalah hal-hal yang kita tidak boleh bilang ke anak, nanti dulu ya, mama lagi sibuk. Ini hal-hal yang red line-nya itu di sini. Kita tidak boleh bilang nanti ya, ngobrolnya pada saat-saat yang emergency.
Hopefully the first three rules are clear. We go to number 4. Number 4, don't be self-centered, which means it's not only you are right. We sometimes, as teachers, maybe some parents also, they think, oh, my kid is not mature yet. He's still a little kid and he doesn't understand. Yeah, sometimes this is true, but sometimes our kids, they have experienced a situation. For example, he saw one of the kids have a toy. He experienced, he saw or made one of his friends has a toy, and he comes to you asking for the same toy. He comes for you, oh mom, please, I want to buy this toy. You care about the time of your kid's life, that he's going to use the phone for games, he's going to use this toy for a long time, then he's going to lose and waste his time. This concept is correct. I mean, from our view, it's correct. But from his view, he can do both. He can study and he can play the games at the same time. So it is not only ourselves having the right opinion, the right view. Yes, it seems to be right, but it's controlling our kids, which means it's only study. Then he will reach the level of satisfaction. He is really satisfied regarding studying. Why? It's daily studying, daily going to school. There is no something different in his life. When he reached the level, he feels that he's satisfied, then he's going to abandon the education. He's going to refuse to study. Why? Because he had too much. He is, for example, eating the same menu every day. Every day, tempe, every day, tahok, you know, it makes him full, makes him satisfied with this menu. Then he wants to do something different. He wants to release his feelings, his energy, his emotions. Then he needs to play the games for a while. Okay, son, no problem. You can play for a while. Then you need to study, or let's decide what time you need to play, what time you need to study. So number 4, it's not only us who is right. Sometimes our kids are right. Why? Because they experience the situation by themselves. They saw the kids playing, then they study, or they study, then they play. Because sometimes our children, they go and visit some of their friends, classmates at their home, and they experience things that we didn't see. They go over there, they sleep over, but they are far, so they experience what we don't see. So we just judge from our view. Yes.
Okay. Brother, can you share the screen?
Is it? It's not.
No, it's not showing.
Oh, really?
Okay, meanwhile I will translate a bit.
Yes.
Jadi yang tadi Brother Muhammad jelaskan adalah kadang-kadang kita sebagai orang tua perlu memberikan kepercayaan kepada anak-anak untuk memilih. Contohnya anak-anak yang senang bermain gadget misalnya. Kadang kita sebagai orang tua memberikan saran, aduh udah dong main gadgetnya, ayo belajar. Sementara anak-anak merasa bahwa dia bisa belajar dan bermain gadget berbarengan. Jadi kita juga perlu mendengarkan nih opini-opini mereka. Mungkin mereka memang termasuk orang yang memiliki kemampuan untuk belajar dan main gadget bersamaan. Kita perlu mendengarkan juga nih opini-opini seperti ini.
Sorry, I think the internet little bit slow. I'm sharing the screen now, inshallah. So number 4, don't tone out. Don't scare the kid with your tone. How we speak, as I give an example. Oh, son, go study. This scare the kids. Keep them away. Push them away from us. We sound like military officers, soldiers. This is, yeah, it's really suitable with the army, but not with a soft kind little kid. The tone of our talk must be soft, must be gentle. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to his prophet, وَلَوْ كُنْتَ فَظًّا غَلِيظَ الْقَلْبِ لَانْفَضُّوا مِنْ حَوْلِكَ. If you are harsh with a hard heart, they would run away. I mean, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking about the companions. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling this to his prophet, and this a prophet. Imagine us. Yes.
Oke, jadi Brother Muhammad mengingatkan lagi bahwa sebagai orang tua, sebagai pendidik, kita jangan sampai menyuruh anak dengan suara yang keras, apalagi suara-suara perintah seperti dalam dunia militer. Itu tidak baik karena dalam Al-Quran, Prophet Muhammad pun pernah ditegur sama Allah untuk menggunakan bahasa-bahasa yang baik, bahasa-bahasa yang lembut, karena kalau bahasanya kasar, tidak ada yang akan mau mendengarkan Nabi Muhammad.
You got the screen?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, I think I see it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I see your children here. You have 3, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So cute.
What about now? Jazakumullah khair.
No, it's gone now.
Okay.
Oh, it's coming back.
Now is okay?
Yes, I can see it.
Alhamdulillah.
Motivating your kids.
So we have finished the 5 rules. The 5 rules. Then, as we said, it's the time for our kids to speak. Then we also have almost 6 rules to do when our kids start speaking. So to be a good listener, the first thing to do is praying, is thinking about what is being said. Our brain analyze, getting to understand what our kids are saying to us.
Oke, untuk menjadi pendengar yang baik, cara pertamanya adalah pemikiran kita harus penuh dengan mendengarkan apa yang anak-anak sedang katakan kepada kita.
The second rule, ears all listen carefully.
Yang kedua adalah telinga kita mendengarkan dengan baik.
So the first one, praying, is thinking about what is being said. We think about everything our kids are saying and try to analyze what they are saying to avoid misunderstanding.
Yang pertama adalah benar-benar memikirkan apa yang sedang anak-anak katakan dan mencoba memahami apa yang sedang mereka rasakan.
So the second one, ears listen carefully so we don't miss any words of what our kids are saying. Then we build miscommunication.
Yang kedua adalah telinga mendengarkan dengan baik untuk menghindari miscommunication.
Then we have feet are still, which means if our kids are talking to us, we don't shake our foot. We don't shake it back and forth, because this to some people a sign of disrespect.
Oke. Yang ketiga adalah kaki kita harus santai, harus tenang, jangan goyang-goyang, karena untuk sebagian orang ini adalah sign, adalah tanda bahwa ini kita sedang tidak mendengarkan.
Then number 4, hands are still, which means we don't also move our hands here and there and get busy arranging the bed, arranging the living room, trying to fix our hijab and so.
Yang keempat adalah tangan kita juga harus tetap, jangan goyang-goyang, jangan sambil benerin hijab atau sambil mengerjakan sesuatu yang lain.
Then we come to the mouth is quiet, which means we have a simple smile, which means we are saying welcome to our kids.
Dan mulut kita harus memiliki senyum yang tipis atau sedikit saja, tidak apa-apa. Ini untuk menunjukkan bahwa kita siap mendengarkan dan kita welcome ke anak-anak.
So if someone have upset or mad or anger face, I don't think our kids going to have the confidence, the will to speak to them. Why? Because this is, this way of how the parents look like with the anger face or the upset one. It means they don't. We are not ready to listen to you. So it push the kids back and they don't open up in that moment.
Okay. Diharapkan dengan cara-cara seperti ini, dengan menunjukkan wajah yang selalu ceria, anak-anak itu akan merasa bahwa kita tuh welcome, kita mengucapkan selamat datang sama mereka dan kita nggak push them away. Kita tidak mendorong mereka malah semakin jauh dan malah jadi takut sama kita.
Then we have the eyes. Eyes are on the speaker. When our kids, our students start speaking, we stare or look at them, as one of the sisters said, that she looks at her kid eyes. This really, really good thing to do, because it creates hidden connection between the parents and the students, or the students and the teachers. This is really amazing effect on the kids by looking at their eyes means a lot for them.
Oke, yang selanjutnya adalah mata kita menatap ke mereka, seperti yang tadi Ibu Fatimah katakan, yang anak-anaknya calon leader ya Ibu Fatimah, insya Allah. Ternyata ini sangat efektif sekali ketika kita melihat dari mata ke mata itu sama anak-anak, ternyata itu komunikasi yang cukup efektif.
Then we have the non-verbal communication. It's the body language. The body language is really, really important thing to concern when we speaking or when we are listening. Regarding listening, we have discussed the 6 rules. 5 rules for effective listening and the position to be a good listener. Then when we speak, the body language, the non-verbal communication is really effective. And I may give one example because now it's 45 here and Maghrib around 5. So I may excuse my sisters to finish 5 minutes early so I can catch the Maghrib inshallah. So the last thing is the we can continue inshallah next time. The non-verbal communication, the body language. I'm gonna give one example. For example, our kid start talking to us, then we turn our back to them. What does this mean to our kids? One of the sister, she has 1 minute to give jawab inshallah.
It looks like she refusing them.
Confusing them.
Refuse, like we.
Okay, this is really good answer. Refusing them, yeah, denying them, disrespecting them, ignoring them. It has a lot of meanings when we turn our back to our kids. So we need to be careful with the body itself, with our head motions, how not emotions, motions, the head, the arms, the legs, the whole body, and how we're thinking. And especially we need to be careful about the emotion skills, which we have spoke about. So body language, it's related to the head, if we are giving answer or we are refusing. Our hands, are we using our hands to welcome our kids, or we are refusing our kids? The position of our body, it affects on the listener, could be our children, could be our students.
Oke, di sini dijelaskan mengenai body language atau bahasa tubuh, di mana kalau anak-anak datang atau mau curhat, bahasa tubuh kita harus dijaga dari kepala, tangan, badan, punggung. Bagaimana kira-kira perasaan anak-anak kalau mereka datang berbicara, lalu kitanya malah menoleh ke hal lain gitu, malah membelakangi mereka. Rasanya anak-anak itu akan merasa seperti, oh mamaku lagi nggak mau dengerin aku gitu. Nanti malah jadi down anak-anaknya. Maka bahasa tubuh ini sangat penting sekali untuk dijaga.
So inshallah, we reach the slide number 25, right? So
Yes.
if we have chances, inshallah, again, we're going to talk about the positive discipline, inshallah, and this is really important. So you're going to excuse me from stopping here, and we, inshallah, going to continue next time, inshallah.
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 It's actually very interesting now, positive discipline. Really want.
Inshallah.
Okay, let me just close this majlis first. Let's everyone, mari kita tutup majlis hari ini dengan membaca kafaratul majlis. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Terima kasih semuanya. Saya undur diri. Mohon maaf kalau ada kesalahan dari saya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you,
Brother Muhammad.
Iya.
Thank you.
Barokah Brother Muhammad.
Barakallah.
Jazakumullah khair, jazakumullah khair.
Welcome.
Jazakumullah khair.
Let's meet again another time ya.
Yeah.
Brother Muhammad, is it okay if you share the PPT with us? I'm really curious.
Sorry, to share what?
Share the PPT. I want to read it.
Point.
The BP?
The PowerPoint.
Oh, so so the PowerPoint, I mean, I have the permission to share the knowledge which it has, but I don't have the permission to
Show the
share
PowerPoint itself.
to share the PowerPoint itself. But inshallah, I'm going to summarize all what we have talked about and send it as a PowerPoint, inshallah.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's good enough.
Inshallah, inshallah, inshallah. Yeah. Excuse me. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.